Have you ever wondered what it would be like to be ahead of the technology curve, to be part of the shift? Instead of watching from the sidelines, to actually know what's next instead of just wondering? Now think about if you could participate in and earn money off of the technology of the future today. Well, now's your chance. Welcome to GPS. I'm Danny Bay, chairman and co-founder of this innovative company. We're transforming the way people communicate, learn, grow, and experience life through our groundbreaking VR and AR technology. GPS offers the world's best all-in-one VR headset Pico G2 that delivers an unparalleled experience. Think VR and AR are just for gamers? Think again. We partnered with VRLU to bring you the world's first VR personal development and entertainment content platform that takes you beyond your imagination and puts you inside the action with the most respected, sought-after industry experts. Imagine making dinner in the kitchen with America's hottest chef, learning to shoot a basket side-by-side legendary athletes, not just watching a concert, but actually experiencing it with all your senses. GPS is making it all possible and more. The VR industry is already worth over $27 billion and is well on its way to being worth over $800 billion in the next 5 years alone. Remember when cell phones were for the rich and famous and people were shopping in-line, not online? Now we can't imagine our lives without these things. That's the future of VR, with millions of homes already using this technology and millions more waiting to try it. And businesses are getting in on the action too, with major retailers already using VR to train and onboard employees and to give customers an opportunity to experience before purchasing. It's not a question of if, it's simply a matter of when. And through the innovative yet proven GPS business model, we are empowering people just like you to build a business, be your own boss, become a leader in a new commerce that's growing at a rate of 30 times over. By simply sharing this incredible technology, you're positioned to earn income right now off the future of how people live, work, and play. With GPS, that's not virtual reality, it's just reality. And it's yours to experience. Get ready to upgrade your reality and your life with GPS.
For many of you that are just joining us right now on this very first official Zoom presentation that I'm actually being part of like this, we want to welcome you, we want to congratulate you, and we want to thank you for being part of history. Here's what I know for a fact. Some of you are going to see opportunity with us. Some of you are not going to see the opportunity with us. Why? Because people have different preferences. People may have different beliefs, and people have different vision for the future. But here's one thing I know for a fact. Every single one of you that are on this call, you will remember this day. You will remember this Zoom meeting. You will remember this virtual meeting. And you will remember some of the points that we talk about in this meeting, because there's no question. What we're doing right now and what we're going to do is going to become a household name in the United States as well as many countries around the world. So what are we talking about? We're talking about global platform solution opportunity, like you just saw it on a 3-minute video. Before I get started with everything, I just got 2 questions that I want to ask you that I asked a group of entrepreneurs I got together with a couple months ago when we're just launching this out here in Korea. My first question was, how many of you believe in the future, some way or form, people will be using VR technology? And when I asked that question to the 150 people I was with, every single one of them raised their hands. And my second question was, how many of you currently own a VR device at home? And only 2 of those 150 people raised their hands. And when you stop and think about it, when was the last time? When was the last time you were in front of an opportunity where everybody believes it's going to happen in the future, but majority of the people are not using it or doing it right now? I don't remember a single time where I saw an opportunity like that in front of me. I remember 20 years ago when e-commerce was starting, and we were talking about e-commerce, and as some visionaries were talking about people are going to shop online. You know what people said? People didn't say, yeah, I believe everybody's going to shop online in the future. You know what people said? People said, people are not going to shop online. Why would anybody put their credit card number on the internet? What, I remember when internet started, people thought internet was the devil. And I remember people having conversations like, hey, you know what? Nobody's going to buy things before experiencing it. But hey, fast forward 20 years, we're experiencing it right now. We're doing it right now. We're probably more familiar and we prefer to do things online than do it in person, especially under the current health crisis pandemic right now with quarantine and stay home going on. 99% of your spending is probably happening online right now. You know, so when cell phones came out, people didn't say, hey, I could totally see everybody using cell phones. People said, people are not going to use cell phones. Why would you buy a phone and carry a phone around when there's phones everywhere? Pay phone and business phone and home phones everywhere. So the truth is, majority of the people don't usually believe that something that hasn't happened yet will happen in the future. But what's so unique about VR technology is that everybody already believes it. Probably every movie last 20 years that talked about the future, that showed us the future, has something to do with VR and AR technology in it. And because of it, we're all familiar with it. We're just not doing it. What if you could position yourself right now to be part of the very first company that's taking advantage and focusing on distribution of VR technology around the world and giving you the opportunity to do so? Not just major company doing it on their own, but giving you the opportunity to own a business in an industry that is growing faster than anything else happening right now. So let me briefly share with you what I'm talking about. So company we're talking about today is our company. We just started 3 months ago, Global Platform Solution. We believe that we could truly provide solution to all businesses and all consumers around the world. Now let's talk about it. Global Platform Solution USA compensation plan. It's an exciting opportunity, but I do want to let you know that it takes time, it takes work, and you know, a lot of people could get involved as an influencers, but as they go out there and get customers and generate revenue to earn income, it's all going to be based on their performance and their production, and there's no financial income or a certain amount of things that's guaranteed by any means, because this is an opportunity, and you're gonna have an opportunity to own your own business with GPS. Now, let's talk a little bit about the virtual reality and AR augmented reality industry. I just saw it in the video. It's already $27 billion industry. And this, now think about this. These projections were before the pandemic, before the COVID-19 crisis that we're dealing with right now. But even before that, they were projecting it to be $814 billion industry by 2025. But think about this. How many of you last 3 months heard the word virtual more than you have ever have in your lifetime? 6 months ago, you could go through a whole month without hearing the word or using the word virtual one time. Today, you turn the news on. Today, you go on social media. They're calling everything virtual. They're calling Zoom virtual meetings. 6 months ago, people just called it a Zoom meeting. Now, this became a virtual meeting. So everything they're calling it virtual. Why? Because people see the need of virtual reality technology needing, you know, in pretty much every aspect of our lives. You know, even for me, my kids right now, you know, are doing homeschool on their iPads and, you know, and laptops, and it's great, but it's not as effective as when they were in classroom. But obviously they cannot go to classroom. But do you understand that right now there are already programs out there that would allow them to go to virtual reality classroom with teacher and other classmates showing up as an avatar to have a class virtual reality? Wouldn't that be more effective? How many of you parents out there, all of a sudden out of nowhere, you didn't sign up for it, but out of nowhere, last 45 days, you became a homeschool teacher and you're hating it because you're not good at it. You know that your kids are not having the best education yet. Why? Because they see their siblings messing around. They see their parents cooking right there and cleaning the house right there. So because of it, what's the problem? The fact that they're in 2D experience, it doesn't give them put them in a good education environment that's designed for them to focus on what they're studying. That environment it's impossible to give if you're watching it on your smartphone or a notebook or a TV. And that's what virtual reality does. Matter of fact, US Army and Air Force and even Walmart, they currently have mandatory VR trainings for their people. Why? Because they said more than 5 times. They said it's learning on VR is 5 times more effective than learning it in person, because you could create the perfect 360-degree actual environment. So that's what we're doing right now. So with the VR industry, us being the first company to market VR through influencer marketing, through network marketing opportunity, giving people an opportunity to own their own business and participate in a way that we're doing right now. I'm telling you, we are seeing so many people get involved, line up to get involved, even in markets that we haven't even opened yet. People are already talking about us. We started 3 months ago, January 20th, in Korea as a pre-launch, and we launched in middle of February. But let me tell you something. During the health crisis, during the pandemic, and it's literally starting at the same time as COVID-19 in Korea, we currently already have 16,000 influencers who partnered up with us that are helping us to share the message of why everybody needs to have VR devices around the country. And we're seeing thousands and thousands of customers every single week using our device, using our content, and making their life better because of it. So now let's talk about e-learning industry a little bit. I don't know about you, I'm a big fan of learning. I'm a big fan of e-learning, personal development. Why? Because you could learn how to cook. You could learn how to play instrument. You could learn how to, draw and leadership, sales. I could say that when I went to school, I've only learned mathematics and music. But really, after coming out to the real world, I started really getting involved in personal development. I became a fan of learning. And e-learning industry is huge, $190 billion market, anticipated to be $325 billion by 2025, but that's before COVID-19. I believe that that number is going to be even higher, because right now more people are doing e-learning today than they have ever have before. So majority of those e-learnings right now, though, are all being done on their phone and their TV and PCs, and it's all on 2D. And I don't believe it's as effective as when you could do it on a virtual reality setting. And I'll talk more about that in a minute. And the reason we're doing those two things, distribution of device, capitalizing the e-learning industry, and number 3 is the e-commerce industry. We'll become the first VR e-commerce platform that's going to be launching second half of this year. E-commerce, already $3.5 trillion are being spent on e-commerce. They're projecting it to be over $7 trillion by 2025. But I got to tell you, there's some industry that's being affected in a negative way because of the COVID-19 crisis that we're dealing with. But I could tell you all 3 of these industries, as you could imagine, as you could see, are actually growing even faster, and it's going to change the game for more people to utilize these services and these products and services and technologies because of what we're dealing with right now. And this GPS truly positions you to provide solution to more people in your community, in your marketplace, to give them a better and safer environment, lifestyle that they could have. Now, who are the companies? Okay, GPS is doing what GPS is doing. Who are some other players that are really getting involved in this industry? Well, many of you probably know Facebook bought a company called Oculus a few years ago. And, those, they for over $2 billion, right? And, last few years they've been developing content. And Mark Zuckerberg did a presentation talking about how literally with the Oculus Quest and Oculus content, and where they started producing more content, and literally in a few months did over $100 million just in content business alone. They can't even keep up with their order. They've literally been in back order and sold out situation. That's what I heard ever since late fall of last year, because everybody is starting to pay attention to the VR industry. Apple made a big announcement a few months ago saying that they're going to be rolling out their first VR device second half of this year. They haven't released the design yet, as they never do, as you know, with their phone designs. But a lot of speculations, and a lot of people are talking about it. Why are they talking about launching something? Google, hey, you know that Google has been investing tremendous amount of resources into developing AR technology. Why? Because they all understand this is the future. Obviously, everybody has TVs. Obviously, everybody has phones. Obviously, we're not going to stay there. Technology shift happens every few years, and and I know VR AR is that industry. Now, let's talk a little bit about the product that we are offering. GPS, our very first product, is Pico G2. Now, who is Pico? Pico is the #1, the best display virtual reality device in the marketplace. There are different brands out there. Some devices are focused on more for games. Some devices are focused more for mobile. But this is all-in-one device that is Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, battery, it's ultra light, it's high performance, high resolution, and it is the #1 device. Even in Korea, 2 out of the top 3 telecom carriers offer this product. In Japan, SoftBank, which is one of the probably most well-recognized telecom companies around the world, offer this product, Pico. Why? Because they all verify that this brand, this product truly brings the best value and best resolution and best program for the consumers. But what can you do this with? You know, here's what's beautiful. When you buy this, it's just same thing as buying a smartphone. It's just like buying a computer. You know, it's not just the programs that we offer, but there's 99% of the programs you use are probably not even going to be the programs that's offered by GPS. Think about it. If you walked into a Verizon store and bought a phone, probably 99% of the applications and 99% of the things you do on your smartphone is probably not going to be provided by Verizon. You know, so same thing. So with Pico, it's pretty much a computer device. As you see it in the top left screen here, you're going to see a menu like that. You'll see an app store. You could download apps, a lot of free games, a lot of free, watching video content and VR content. And it's pretty much having, I look at it like this. It's like not buying a 65-inch TV. It's kind of like buying my own IMAX theater that I could take with me wherever I want to go. And I mean, I just watched this great movie on here, and I had my kids watch like the Frozen 2 when it came out, and what's cool is you could download movies, you could do streaming, and imagine having your own IMAX theater as you're laying down on your bed and your head down the pillow, and you could watch it like, 200-inch plus screen experience with the full 360-degree theater experience with nobody else in it. So that's what's available with this technology. A lot of games are unbelievable. A lot of travel contents are amazing. But, problem with, in my opinion, one of the reasons why VR device distribution hasn't happened yet in a big way for the masses, for the majority of the population, is because majority of the content on VR so far are not life practical for many of us, because the majority of the contents are games. Majority of the contents are roller coasters, zip line, and skydive, which is all cool stuff. But how many of you will ride roller coasters 2 hours a day, 7 days a week? How many of you will skydive 2 hours a day, 7 days a week? How many of you would love to kill zombies for 3 hours a day, 7 days a week? If you like that, I'm not judging you. I'm just saying that's a small percentage of the population that want to play VR games every single day. For masses, for a majority of us, we need something more life practical. So what GPS decided to do is we partner up with a company called VRLU. VRLU is world's very first VR personal development education platform that I have ever seen. So what they have done is, many of you are probably familiar with training contents online, e-learning, great contents like Grant Cardone, John C. Maxwell, Tai Lopez, or many other programs where they charge $100, $500, $1,000 for different courses, which I think is, a lot of them are great content and it's worth the money. And also there is a program like Masterclass, where Masterclass is a great product. I love it. I mean, I bought it as soon as I saw it. Samuel L. Jackson teaching acting, or Usher or Christina Aguilera teaching singing, and different professionals, their career, or maybe it could be your hobby, but they're teaching their craft for you to have e-learning experience. Now, all those contents are amazing, and I'm a big fan of a lot of those contents, but they're all 2D contents. When I look at VRLU, it's exciting because it's 3D content. It's 360-degree content, which means you don't watch the content, you're in the content. You could be in the room, you could be on the ring with John Wood teaching UFC MMA fight with other UFC fighters. You could be on the basketball court as you're learning the basketball moves. I mean, it is absolutely amazing. You can't even compare 2D and 3D and just 2D video and 360-degree environment. And what's special about VRLU is if you go to vrlu.com, you have to buy each course separately, just like Grant Cardone, just like John C. Maxwell, and many of the e-learning platforms would do. But they have an exclusive contract with GPS, where VRLU and GPS relationship brings a special pricing only for GPS members. So $99 a month, instead of paying $100 or $300 for all these Master Academy classes. And by the way, they already have over 300 Master Academy classes already filmed and produced, and already 200 of them are available on the program right now in Korea. As soon as we launch America, the other additional 100 plus classes are going to be added on there for the American content, which is going to be absolutely amazing. And they got a full production of all the things that's being added on. It will absolutely blow your mind. But instead of buying separately per each course, $99 a month, they could have unlimited access. Our customers, only GPS customers, could have unlimited access to thousands of dollars worth of content and more. On top of it, we're going to be doing live meeting with VRLU Master programs, which is amazing. We just did one yesterday with Actor of the Year, TV series. I mean, he's like George Clooney of Korea, in my opinion. And they had a live Zoom interaction event where they got to ask him questions. It was tremendous fun, and we're going to be doing that in America as well. Also, we're going to be adding new content. He says added monthly, but literally every week, VRLU's been posting new content. It's absolutely amazing. Games are going to be on there. Exclusive daily content's going to be on there. We've been having golf lessons on there. People can literally dial in and watch 10-minute golf lesson every single day on VR with the new content every single day. And on top of that, we got travel production company that we just partner up with. And I'm so excited about this because right now, many of us, we have travel restriction, but you could literally go skiing on VR while you're sitting at home. You could literally be underwater, hanging out creatures underwater while you're sitting at home. You could literally be in the middle of a jungle where animal comes up to you and the noses are touching each other. You could feel like they're literally walking up to you and those contents. Now, this production company we just made a partnership with, I mean, they did VR production for Red Bull, Coca-Cola, and some of the major companies around the world. And you're going to be able to have those contents all on there for one flat price of $99 a month. I'm telling you, it is absolutely amazing the value you get. I don't believe there's any other company out there providing as much of 3D 360 real life practical content on VR for this one flat price. It's absolutely amazing. Now, what we're really excited about even more than that is what we're going to talk about right now, which is the e-commerce that I talked about earlier. Now, we all know about e-commerce, going online and doing it on your phone. But how about VR e-commerce? We're calling that EBP commerce, experience before purchase commerce. GPS will be the very first company in the industry ever to provide a VR EBP commerce, and that's scheduled to start second half of this year. As you see, we already offer VR headset. We already offer media content, but literally as we start VR EBP commerce, you're gonna see all these categories being added on. Beauty products, fashion products, functioning food products, general food products, essential service products, and even entertainment concerts and different events where you could do pay-per-view and literally feel like you're sitting in front row to experience whatever is going on without ever leaving the house. And also we're in discussion with many companies right now about in the future adding real estate and automotive and legal services where you could do it through referral services. Why? Because I could tell you right now, even real estate, how many of you looked at a home last few years and saw real estate companies already offering virtual tours? Now, problem with those virtual tours, even though they're great, you have to watch it on your phone. Yeah, the content is virtual, but your device isn't. So you don't get the full experience of like you walking through, doing a full walkthrough on a virtual reality experience. So because of it, we're gonna be partnering with some of the real estate companies. We're gonna be able to share a lot of those virtual tours in the future where you could literally connect with the sales agent and maybe possibly have an even referral service, or you could possibly get compensated for referring different deals. Also, Korea, Hyundai, many of you know the brand, they just released new automotive last month, new vehicle, new design. Because of this health crisis, they couldn't do a launch show, so they did it on virtual reality. Literally within 24 hours, I mean, thousands of people were watching it and having a full-on car launch show on VR. That is the reality of what's happening right now. And right now, people are excited about what's happening when people are looking for solutions. People are looking for options. How can I do more things at home virtually without me leaving the house for the safety of everybody? I don't think there could have ever been a better time for us to truly provide good service and solution to many customers around the world as it is right now. Let's talk a little bit about becoming a GPS influencer. Getting started with GPS influencer is very simple. Enrollment is only $99. You could register and become a GPS influencer, which means you could go out there and share our products and services, market our opportunity. We don't have a monthly back office fee. We don't have a monthly licensing fee. We don't have a lot of those fees that many opportunities out there charge. We don't have that. We have world-class trainings, online and offline available. Also, we have virtual reality. Do you know right now, already, we're doing virtual reality avatar meetups and doing team events where literally we could all set up the time and we could literally put our device on and we all meet up as an avatar in a classroom, in a boardroom, outdoor setting, and we could have a full-on interaction, watch video together, go over PowerPoint together, and talk, voice, and interact with one another. We already have those training programs available, and we're gonna be giving you access to that when you become a GPS influencer. Also, the international opportunity. We launched Korea 3 months ago. We're literally days, if not weeks away from launching America and Japan, and we're very excited about that. Like I said, no monthly fee, just annual renewal, and you could be part of GPS Influencer. And number two, what we recommend, now you don't have to, but what we recommend is you become a customer of your own product first. It will give you the opportunity to go out there and experience everything we're offering. That way you could become an expert to go out there and tell dozens, if not hundreds of other customers about it. And the Pico device is only $500. So $500 plus tax and shipping, you could get this, in my opinion, the best display focused VR equipment out there in the marketplace. And what's so special about this, there are some other brands out there and they're cool. There's some $2,000 VR devices. There's some $1,000 ones. There's some $300 ones. But I'm telling you, to access the VRLU Master Academy, that is all built on the Pico platform, which gives you the access that nobody else around the world in other devices cannot. So I'm so excited about that, and you're gonna love it. And the subscription for VRLU, as I mentioned earlier, is only $99 a month. So that's very simple. All together, you can literally have your own business and a product and service for you to experience for $698. But what's more exciting than that is when you're in consumable good, direct sales opportunity, usually you're spending $50, $100, $200 a month just sampling products. But here, hey, you could show this to 10,000 people and you won't cost you more money. It's just one-time purchase and you could use it for home. You could use it in building, sampling and experiencing. It's absolutely amazing. A lot of people, when they take a look at our marketing opportunity, they say, man, I don't know if I could get customers. I don't know if I could go out there and tell other people about the opportunity. I'm telling you, in my opinion, you have never seen an opportunity, simpler way to do that, acquire customers and share the opportunity than what we're doing with GPS. When you want to get customers, here's all I do. If I know someone that's into golfing, I just ask them, hey, have you ever played VR on golf? Have you ever played golf on VR? They're going to say, no. How do you do that? I said, hold on one second. All I do is I turn it on and go to the golf content and let him experience it. In 60 seconds, there's a good chance he's going to say, wow. And when he says, wow, you know he's going to become a customer. And whenever somebody wants to learn, somebody's into basketball, I'm going to say, hey, can you imagine learning from ex-NBA players on virtual reality on the court? Well, how would you do that? Here you go. Whenever you want to share the opportunity with people, all you have to do is, hey, have you ever done business on VR? They're going to say, how do you do that? Have you ever made money on VR? They're going to say, how do you do that? Well, hold on one second. All you have to do is turn it on. There's a 3-minute opportunity video that you saw earlier, but that was a 2D version, but we also have a 360-degree 3D production of that opportunity video. And they could fully experience VR and also hear the opportunity message within 3 minutes of time. In my opinion, in our industry, duplication is the key. For you to get customers and tell people about it. If customers truly don't want your product, you're never gonna have a long-term business. I'm telling you, everybody we show to, as soon as they experience this, everybody wants to be our customer. And that's the opportunity that we have right now for you to go out there and acquire a lot of customers and build tremendous amount of income and build business with us. Now, let's talk a little bit about our compensation influencer benefits. Now, we have 9 different ways we benefit, and one is a retreat. We're a big believer in having fun, working hard, having fun, traveling the world. So if you're in middle position or higher, you'll be literally going on a couple different vacations with us. You can see full documentation of the requirements actually on our compensation document. So we're excited about that, but we got 8 different ways you could get paid. First way is influencer marketing. Influencer marketing is simply going out there and getting customers and getting retail customer commission. It's the same thing as Amazon influencer program, except for Amazon influencer program. I think you need over 2,000 followers for you to apply, for you to get accepted to become an Amazon influencer. But with us, you can literally get started and from the beginning, based on the product, not based on how many customers you have, how much volume you're doing, or how you started. No, basically on the product, we will be paying between 1 to 10% commission based on the products every time you acquire customers. And that's all because depends on what product it is, how much the margin is, and you can literally earn up to 10%. That's for getting customers. Number 2 is group influencer marketing. If you could build 2 teams that could also get customers and generate revenue and volume, you could earn group influencer marketing commission, which is very, very lucrative. And it could literally build up because it's not just you now. You build 2 teams, and every sale that is made, every volume that is generated, every customer that is acquired within those 2 teams, you're actually going to be able to have a 1-to-1 match cycle bonus where you could earn bonuses. And now we do have to let you know that there's a maximum amount you could earn in group influencer marketing, which maximum it caps out at $500,000 in a calendar month. So anything underneath that, you don't have to worry about it. If it goes over, then it's going to be maxed out and it's not going to pay any more than that. Number 3 is leadership matching. Leadership matching is not for short term. It's for people that wants to build with us for long term. Leadership matching is where you simply go out there and refer other influencers, and when they acquire customers, when they generate revenue, when they generate group influencer marketing commission, which is number 2, when they earn income by you training them, helping them to acquire those customers and generate income, you could earn between 10% all the way up to 40% of matching bonuses for the bonuses that commissions they earn down to 4 generations. So first generation is 40%, 30%, 20%, 10%. It's very powerful because let's just say, as an example in the future, if you help somebody to make $1,000 in group influencer marketing commission by acquiring customers in their team, they make 1,000. If they're in your first generation, you're making 400, which is great. If they make 10,000, 40% of that you'll be earning in leadership matching. What if they earn $100,000? You'll be earning 40% of that in leadership matching. So it is very amazing. There's no limit on how much you could earn in leadership matching. We want you to go out there and refer as many influencers as you can and develop as many leaders as you can by helping them to acquire customers and learn our business. And number 4 is monthly influencer level bonus. I believe that if you could give entrepreneurs some kind of security, safety, security of knowing that if I do this, I'm going to make this. I think it's a positive thing. So within GPS compensation plan, by meeting certain requirements and generating some amount of revenue by acquiring customers, the monthly influencer level bonus starts at $500, goes all the way up to $200,000. Now, that's just for meeting the requirement, achieving the level, and maintaining that level every month. So it's very exciting, and I'll show you the chart that actually breaks down the numbers, and it's very exciting. Number 5 is level advancement bonus. Simply means as your volume grows because you're acquiring a lot of customers, starts from $100 when you got 1 customer on the left, 1 VR customer on the right, you get your first $100 check. But from there, it goes all the way up. 13 positions, and many positions have these level advanced bonuses attached to it. The top position of the company actually pays $3 million bonus. If you add all the bonuses together, it's worth over $5 million. Obviously, it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of the work. It's going to take time, but it's for people that wants to have a 2-year, 5-year, 10-year, 20-year plan to make sure that you're really going out there and generating a lot of customers and generating a lot of revenue to move up the levels in the plan. Number 6 and 7 is domestic and global leadership pool. Leadership pool, here's the way I look at it. In my opinion, it's almost better than being a partner or shareholder of a company in many cases. Why? Because, many times if you're partner, you actually do profit sharing. Some companies actually, even with influencers and distributors, they do profit sharing. And I don't think that's fair, because profit sharing, you're not in control of how company spends money. So you're not in control if they're going to make profit or not. Your only thing control is how many customers you acquire, how much revenue gets generated. So we do full revenue share of the BV, and 1% domestically, 1% globally. For people that help us build it, they're going to be rewarded together, and you could get full information about that in the compensation plan document. Number 8 is a fast influencer promotion, where your first 12 weeks, you could earn extra 30% on group influencer marketing. And obviously, I told you about the retreats earlier. You don't have to understand everything we're talking about. We will have training courses that teach every segment of our compensation plan. But I do want to let you know that we have a very simple chart that shows how much volume you need to do to make how much. This is how you make $500 a month. This is how you make $1,000 a month. This is how you make $5,000 a month. This is how you make even bigger number than that. This is how you earn your first 1,000 or 10,000 or whatever amount that your goals are. GPS is designed for you to go out there and really get customers and generate revenue and go out there and build your own income at the level you would like to. We appreciate everybody that love the opportunity and become a customer. We love our customers. We love people that wants to share this exciting products and services and opportunity to other people and join us as an influencer. And we love, we would love to see more people earning extra $500 a month, extra $1,000 a month. But for some of you that are looking for a career, they're looking for a big business opportunity, we also have that available for you as well. It all based on your effort, it all based on how well you build your customer base and how quick you learn the business and build the business. So in closing, I just want to say, hey, this is a very exciting time with GPS. I know the whole world is going through some tough time. And I could tell you, it hasn't been easy, and it's been very challenging, very tough. Launching a company in Korea during this pandemic and preparing to launch Japan and America, literally, during this whole quarantine, this whole COVID-19 crisis that we're dealing with. But here's the way I look at it. Every time, Mr. Jim Rohn said it the best. He said, my description of life is opportunities always mixed with difficulties. John C. Maxwell said, in crisis is when opportunity appears. Crisis gets you to wake up. Crisis gets you to be out of automatic and get you in the manual mode. And he said, if you're in automatic, you're never going to perform your best. You're never going to think outside the box. But if you could go out there and position your mindset under this crisis, I know because of the crisis, a lot of people are hurting right now. But at the same time, because of the crisis that we're in right now, some people are going to wake up. Some people are going to do something different. Some people are going to take advantage of something different. Some people are going to participate in something different. Some people are going to change their behavior and their habits and their decision-making and their commitment level towards a new opportunity. And because of the crisis, their life is actually going to be better 6, 12, 24 months down the road. So the question is, how are you going to be? We can't change the world. We can't change what's happening right now. We've got a lot of negativism happening right now, but what if you become the solution to people in your community and people that you know? What if you become the solution and the hope and an opportunity for many people that are hurting right now, looking for answers, looking for a solution? I believe that GPS, Global Platform Solution, we could provide that for many people. So ask yourself this question. If not this, really, what else is out there that could give the same level of opportunity that GPS is? There are many opportunities out there, many companies out there, but 5 years ago, 10 years ago, today, not much have changed. If your opportunity, the world is changing all the time, but if your opportunity is not changing with it and changing and getting ahead of the curve, doesn't matter how big it was 20 years ago, some of the major entities 20 years ago today are not as big. When 20 years ago, they didn't even exist. Some companies today are multi-billion-dollar companies. Why? Because world is changing and you got to be in front of the curve. So ask yourself this question. When was the last time you were in front of an opportunity this big in VR, AR? Are you kidding me? Up to $800 billion industry developing next 5 years? and you're in front of it. We haven't even launched America yet. We haven't even launched America yet. Do you understand? And if we haven't announced, we haven't even launched America yet, and you're seeing this before anybody else does. This presentation file just literally got made a few hours ago. Today's the first day we're using this official launching presentation. And you're seeing this before we could even, hey, somebody say, I want to sign up right now. You can't even sign up right now because we haven't started official pre-launch yet. And we're going to be giving you information about that in the next few days. So second question leads to, hey, then when is the best time to take advantage of an opportunity? I don't know. You think about it. When is the best time? In the beginning? Hey, I don't know about you. I think majority of the people want to be at the top. And only way to be at the top is, hey, you got to get in the beginning. And, you know, number two is like, hey, I think like a lot of people like to get started in the early on ground floor. What if you and I had the opportunity to get involved in major corporations around the world when they were new, a week before they started in our country? What if you had that opportunity? I know for a fact that opportunity will be way bigger than somebody that's getting involved in a major corporation 5, 10, 20, 25 years down the road. And last question, I guess, really is, you know this is going to happen. You know VR industry is going to grow. You know that some people are going to take advantage of this opportunity and do amazing things around the world with us. If somebody has to provide the solution of VR and everything that comes with it to the marketplace, and if somebody has to become successful because of it, if somebody has to get paid and get compensated and get rewarded for distributing VR devices and growing this industry, who deserves to be that person more than you? I don't think anybody else deserves it more than me. I know that this is a very special time we all have never experienced before, but I truly believe GPS will be providing solution and helping so many people around the world to have hope again, to be able to build business again and win and come out of this crisis in a strong position, you know, because they're capitalizing on all the industries that has to develop during this pandemic and on. So I appreciate you being on this call. I appreciate you being part of this, our virtual Zoom presentation. We are going to be doing a lot of these, sharing the opportunity with you. We're so excited that you have made a decision to take a look at GPS, and some of you and many of you made a decision to be part of our initial founding membership of Influencer Group with GPS.